You like Jordan, irrelevant, niggas not important. I play yo, nigga, I'm scoring. They sleeping on the story. I ain't got the time. No taker, I'ma put on my makeup. No taker, I'ma put on my makeup. No taker.
Y'all was giddy. It's your girl Zeze back with another live-in. Another live-in. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. Give my channel a thumbs up. Turn the notification bell. Share this video. All that. I need all that. Alright, shout out to Cali Chulo Clothing. For the shirt. Appreciate y'all. Black owned business as well. It's a B.O.B. Black owned business. Make sure y'all get them on the gram if y'all want a shirt or a hoodie. So today's video is actually I don't even know what you call it. But my dad gave me this idea for this video. He told me he wanted us to do this. So shout out to my daddy-o. Study like my daddy. Yeah, shout out to him because he had this video idea. And yeah, it's a great video idea. So I'm trying not to curse as much because I'm gonna send this video to him. That's why I was like, mother, I'm trying not to. Okay, but daddy, my bad. Okay, this is just what I do. Alright, so yeah. Today's video will be about the Willie Lynch letter and how it correlates to today's black society, to today's society in general. Yeah, and you know, I've read some of the Willie Lynch letter. Like my daddy's even read it to us before, and he told us about it, of course. And I've read some of it, but it was when I was younger, so I didn't really like completely understand it as much as I do now. So I literally just read it yesterday. I had made this video yesterday, but I'm doing it over because I didn't really like how it turned out. I was just kind of emotional with it because I had just read it little, so I was really in my feelings. So now I'm a little bit calmer, you know what I'm saying? I get my thoughts together. I'm gonna get this shit right this time. Gotcha. Alright, so basically the main theme throughout the whole letter, which was my bad, I'm tongue-tied, which was separating the black family, destroying black unity, destroying the black male image, and being completely dependent on white people on the system. So that was basically the main theme throughout the entire what you call. Oh, and right quick before I get into it, I know some people are like, oh my gosh, the Willie Lynch letter is not real. He never existed. This shit came up in the 90s. It was made in 1712. Like, all this, look, honestly, whether the shit was made by Willie Lynch, whether Willie Lynch was real, is irrelevant to me. The context of what the fuck was in that letter, like, come on, it's undeniably factual. Like, seriously, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, regardless of if whoever wrote it, somebody wrote it. Somebody knew what the hell they was talking about because the shit is real, like for real. So I mean, the legitimacy of whoever wrote it, it really is irrelevant to me, honestly. The context of what was in it matters so much more. I just had to get that out of the way. But yeah, so yeah, that was the main thing though, breaking down black unity so they can basically have, they brought this guy, Willie Lynch, out. Let me just give y'all a little backstory. They brought this guy, Willie Lynch, out. If you haven't read it, you need to read it, especially if you're black. They brought this guy, Willie Lynch, out to Virginia. He was from the West Indies, supposedly. And they had trouble, in Virginia, they had trouble controlling their slaves. The slaves kept having uproars and crops was going bad because wasn't nobody trying to pick no cotton or, tend to the crops and stuff like that. They had a lot of slaves burned away, a bunch of stuff going on. They needed help controlling their slaves. They didn't know how to do it. So Willie Lynch comes over here like, yo, I got this pamphlet for y'all, basically a little guideline to outline how to control your slaves. What's the best way to control your slaves, and how this system will basically keep them in place, keep them in dependency, this dependent cycle for like 300 years, and maybe and possibly forever if it works that well. If they don't have a phenomenon of basically, really, we gotta do this on this one. We gotta do this on this video out of all motherfucking videos. God, daddy, I need a stand. Please. Anyways, I need a camera. Please. Anyways, nah. So yeah, what was I saying? So they wouldn't have any. So this system will work within for 300 plus years or forever, depending on if we don't have a phenomenon of this like revolutionary uproar, because he says that the mind has this has this automatic system of trying to correct itself and recorrect itself over and over again. So unless that basically doesn't happen, this system will stay in place. The main two things with Van breaking down the black family, and mind you, he compares this system he compares it to breaking a horse. Breaking a slave is like breaking a horse. Like, he compares this throughout the entire letter. Like, that's kind of shows you where the respect level was, how they thought of us back then, like really how they still think of us now. That they thought of us like fucking animals and treated us worse than animals. Shit is just sickening. But okay, so like the first thing he kind of mentions is breaking out the black family, the black unit, because like I said, you don't have a black family, then you don't have then you can't have black unity. And you can't have a black revolutionary. Revolution. So, you know what I'm saying? It creates a more submissive slave if you don't have a black family. And so the way he broke down the black family was, one, pinning the black man and woman against each other, and also destroying the black male image. And that's pretty much, it was kind of like a domino effect. You destroy the black male image, you pin the black male and black woman against each other. So how he decided you should break the black male image was, you tie the man up, and mind you, before I even say this, black women are supposed to be dependent on black men. Back then, that's how it was. Before we came over this motherfucker, that's how it was. You know, black women was dependent on the black man for protection, for providing. He was the leader. You know, he was who he was dependent on. That was our, you know, our rock, basically. So his point was to destroy our rock, to make us non-dependent on him anymore, make us more dependent on ourselves and on the white man more so. So what he says you should do is tie the black man up to two different horses. The strongest black man at that, can't miss that. The strongest black man, most respected black man in the field, within your slaves. Get the strongest one. Tie him up to two different horses, two different ends. Set him on fire. Have him be pulled apart. Kill him, right? Utilize him, basically. Just viciously kill him, basically. And then with the remaining black men, beat them into almost the inch of the life. Almost beat them into the dead. But don't kill them, because you need them for breeding. So don't kill them, but beat the hell out of them until they're begging, they're pleading, until basically their masculinity is not showing. So you're beating them. The point of this was pretty much to beat the masculinity out of them. And while all of this is going on, the black woman and the black child is watching. They're just standing by and watching. They can't do anything. They just have to stand there and watch while the person that they depended on, the person that they love, the person that they're protecting them, the person that they provided for them, their rock, their leader of their family, just gets destroyed literally right in front of their eyes, and they can't do anything. And so subconsciously, what he was saying that does to the woman is, like I just said, makes them more independent and less dependent on the man. Because now they're like, oh shit, you know what I'm saying? I can't depend on him to protect me. He can't provide for me. He can't protect me in this scene. He's weak. He's the weakest in here now. He went from the strongest, because like I just said, they took the strongest man and pulled him apart and burned him on fire and all this other shit. They took the strongest men and the remaining strong men and fucking embarrassed them, fucking took their masculinity away from them, basically. You know what I'm saying? And so to the woman, and especially more importantly the black child, because that's another thing he says in there, is to focus more so on the children, focus on the future slaves rather than the current slaves, because it's going to be harder to break the current slaves rather than the future slaves, because you have children. Children are way more easily influenced, of course. You know, they're more easy to be scared, to put fear in them, you know, to install fear in them. And when you have the mother who is already kind of had this psychological breakdown from seeing a black man like that, she's going to pass that along to her children anyway. She's going to pass that teaching down to her children anyway. She's going to teach the man, and he says that she's going to reverse the roles. She'll teach the woman to be the leader, to be the thinker, to be the negotiator. That's who you negotiate with. And they'll teach the man to be the submissive, to be the weak-minded one, but be strong and be strong in physicality, because they still need him as a, you know what I'm saying, they want the strong bucks, should I say, you know what I'm saying? So they still taught them to be strong in physicality, but weak in the mind. Take the mind, keep the body. But So yeah, so how does that relate to today's today's society? I mean, come on, police brutality. That's literally the first thing that came to my mind when I read about them pulling the man apart, because of course those same slave masters, those same slave owners, all of these wicked ass crackers, white men who was in power, became, when the judicial system came about, were put into these positions of power, put into judges, lawyers, police, sheriffs, detectives, all of these positions of power. They was already one up because that's who started it. Their people started that shit. So of course those were the people who got positions, you know. So of course nowadays, you know what I'm saying, I don't think it's a coincidence that now we just see a whole spew. It's like, when did this shit start from? It's like the Trayvon Martin story from like and I think that happened 2014, I want to say. Since then, there's been a whole spew, and even before then, of videos of black men getting beat down by police, and not only just police, by other white men, white men that aren't even police. Trayvon Martin, he got killed by a white man just following him. He wasn't no damn police officer. You know what I'm saying? You had the other black dude who I think by the fact it was a surveillance camera, he was trying to stick up for a black woman and got killed by a white dude. It's a whole spew from Eric Garner to Mike Brown's to, it's literally, I don't even have to sit here and list. You can literally Google it and it'll be multiple videos of black men being killed, being shot. And what this does is it projects an image of black men, because a lot of these videos, black men are not even being aggressive. They don't have weapons. They're running away. They're saying, please stop, I can't breathe. They have wounds, like they're being attacked by fucking dogs, like, and they have handcuffs on, like. So a lot of these videos are not even saying that, oh, well, black men are, you know what I'm saying, black men are just attacking people and they're, you know, being rightfully handled type shit. It's really pushing this image that they're weak, that they have no power, and that no matter what the circumstances is, whether they're armed, whether they're not armed, whether they're aggressive, not aggressive, whether they're running, not running, they'll always be in the position of the dead man. They will always end up in the dead man's position. They'll always be in the powerless position because they are powerless. That is the image and the propaganda that they're pushing with these videos. You know what I'm saying? That's why they blasted them all on TV. And not to say that white men don't get harassed, even though it's disproportionately not the same amount that happens. White men don't get harassed. But the few videos I have seen of white men getting harassed by the police don't even make it to mass media news. Like, seriously, they don't even make it to mass media. They push black men doing this because that's the image they want to push for black men. And they want black women to see that, especially, and black children and black boys to see this type of shit. And not only that, even they try to push this narrative of black men being cowardly. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's this whole narrative of black men being cowardly as well, because it's so many, like, it's ridiculous how many videos there are of black men putting their hands on black women. What's even worse though is black men sitting around and watching why this shit happen. Why they on their phones like World Star? Why they on their phones like, oh, you know what I'm saying? I can't believe he just hit you. Like, it's so many fucking videos like that where black men have literally just sat around. Matter of fact, I just got on Twitter. I just scrolled on them. I'm gonna insert a video of a black woman, and this was a social experiment. This wasn't even real. You know what I'm saying? When I first seen the video, I'm thinking it's real. It's not even a black man, which makes it even worse. You know, not even makes it even worse, but no, it does make it worse because it's black men on the goddamn train watching this cracker dude, or whatever he is, Hispanic, whatever the fuck he is. But this dude slaps this black woman on the ass, and she's slapping the back and shit like that, cursing them out and all this other shit. While black men is literally, I think I seen 2 or 3. I couldn't tell if the other dude was black or not. But 2 or 3 black men, one of the black men are sitting literally right beside this nigga and does nothing. Literally, they don't know it's a social experiment. They think this shit is real. So you gonna sit there and not do nothing? And then afterwards, after she hit him, it's, oh, why would you do that to her, man? That's just disrespectful. She can wear what she wants. And then on top of that, even other men is on the train. That's not really my goddamn concern, though. The other white boys that was on the train. It's not their job to protect us. It's black men's job to do that. So it's 2 black men on that train who stood there and let this shit happen. I'm like, what the fuck? And then a black dude, that's what I was saying on Twitter, a black dude fucking quoted my tweet, because of course I inserted, I forgot what I said. I said something like the fact that she had to defend herself instead of a black man doing it, you know what I'm saying, or one of these men on the train doing it, is just ridiculous. He gonna quote my shit talking about something. When have you intervened with a tweet? I mean, well, with a not a tweet. When have you intervened in a situation like this? Or why is it a man's job to do this? I'm like, what? Why is it a man's job to do this? Nigga, who the fuck raised you? Who raised you? Like, seriously, I don't even understand. Like, I mean, I don't understand, but damn, that shit is really sad. Like, it's really sad that you have black men really thinking like this, because that's apparently how these other black men on this train was thinking. Why is it my job to step in? Why I gotta step up and hit the nigga if he did something to a black woman? That ain't my girl. Like, that is just ridiculous. The separation we have within the black community is so sad. Like, it's ridiculous, you know what I'm saying? But that even in that simple scenario that somebody's slapping a woman on the ass, you couldn't even step up and say nothing to the man like a man. Even if you was gonna hit him, you could at least say something. You could have been like, sister, don't say nothing, I got this. Look, bro, you ain't gonna be disrespecting a woman in front of me. You know what I'm saying? You do it again, I'm gonna break your fucking hand. Something, like, say something. You know what I'm saying? Like, you said nothing. You said, and then when you did say something, it was after the fact, after she hit the thing. This really brainwashes children and women to believe that they don't need black men because we can't feel dependent on them because of shit like this, because of institutional racism. And then you have these black men walking around talking about, I don't have to protect black women, that's not my job. You know what I'm saying? Allowing this disrespect to happen. You know what I'm saying? And then when it does, when the few black men that do step up and do something get killed or get shot or go to jail or some other wild shit happens to them, it subconsciously programs children, more importantly, but women as well, that's raising these children, especially in single households, because we all know, you know what I'm saying, we've all talked about this before, it's disproportionately black men in jail, black men on drugs, all this other shit. So it's a lot of black women raising single parent households. It's a lot of black women raising single parent households. You know what I'm saying? I know a lot of friends. I know a lot of people who, myself personally, black people myself, who was raised in a single parent household just by their mother. So, but yeah, these black women are seeing this, and these black children are seeing this, and then having it in home as well, seeing that their daddy's not there, or is neglectful, or is in jail, or is on child support and only sees you two weekends out the month or some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Sees this type of stuff, and is subconsciously being programmed to think that we don't need black men, to think that we should not depend on black men, and that black men are just not dependable. Black men and to those little black boys and other black men are thinking, I am not dependable. I can't be dependable. I am powerless. Even if I try to do something, I can't do nothing. You like this whole narrative that we don't need each other, that we don't need them and they don't need us type shit, or they don't have to do anything, they don't have to protect them, they don't have to provide. With these black women who's raising these children, who are joining this bullshit ass feminist movement, like, come on, we've already broken that down as well. We got a video on that as well if y'all want to go back and look at that. But yeah, we all know that that feminist movement is not for black women. It's not for any woman really, except for white women, because that's what it's for. And it's not even a pro-woman movement. It's an anti-male movement. Really, so more to speak. It's not an anti-woman. I mean, it's not a pro-woman movement. It's an anti-male movement, especially anti-black male movement. Like, and so these women join these feminist groups, and they're like, yeah, I don't need a man. I don't want a man. I don't want a black man at that, because you have a lot of these black women feminists marrying white men. You know what I'm saying? Marrying these fucking white men, or marrying, or going gay, or staying single and saying, I don't need nobody, I'm independent, I can do bad all by myself type narrative. And then they spew these things when all this happens, you can create a bitter black woman. So that's why you also have this bitter black woman narratives. And then you have, from that bitter black woman, you have them spewing things to their children, or in front of their children. Oh, your father ain't shit. Oh, your father da-da-da-da. Oh, your father's on drugs. Or your father's a drug dealer. Or your father ain't no good. Oh, we don't need your father. Don't listen to that nigga. That nigga ain't shit. Like, all of these terrible narratives about a black man that you're in fucking. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it, man. Golly, this shit will not let me live. But what was I saying? Yeah, it's instilling this narrative, this negative narrative of black men into all of these black children and black boys as well. Heads that they don't need black men, that they're not dependable, that they're weak, that they're cowardly, that they're, you know what I'm saying, all all of these negative factors that's you know what I'm saying, and media backs up, you know what I'm saying? So it's not like it's just words. You're not seeing your father there, or you're seeing that your father's neglectful or in jail or whatever the case may be, and then you go on the internet and you see all these black men getting killed. You see all these black men not standing up for black women. You see all these black men getting beat up or shot or whatever the case may be for damn near no fucking reason, you know what I'm saying, or no reason, literally. Not only spewing these things to these children, these negative narratives to these children, but to black boys. And so even going back to the Willie Lynch letter, he says that the black woman, because of her seeing the black male broken down like that, she will automatically start to raise her children in opposite positions. So she will, matter of fact, I already said that. We'll raise the woman to be the thinker, to be the leader, and the man to be more submissive and to be the laborer. That's it. You know what I'm saying? And so bringing that to today's society, you have these women who, especially black women, who are just really my concern, really just black women who are in single parent households that are raising these weak ass baby boy ass men. You know what I'm saying? Like, men like literally the boy off, like Tyrese off Baby Boy, who has been enabled by women his whole life and doesn't even know how to really act as a man should. You know what I'm saying? He has to kind of figure that out on his own after he gets off his mother nipple, after he gets into the real world. You know what I'm saying? You have all these young men, and that's why you have these cowardly men, because they were raised by women who protected them. So now they subconsciously have in their mind that, oh no, a woman's supposed to protect me. A woman is supposed to provide for me. That's why you even had these women, like, I've gotten debates on Twitter literally talking about dudes talking about, oh no, I'm not paying for all the bills. That video we made, the Generals video we made about men paying for all the bills and being a protector and a provider, all this stuff. What? All the bum ass men came out. I ain't paying all the bills. What that look like? I ain't paying all the bills, man. We gonna have. We gonna have. What you talking about? If she make more money than me, I don't care. If I make more money than her, it don't matter. We still gonna have. What? Like, seriously, like, people, these men are really thinking like this at this point. Like, no, I don't gotta be the protector. I don't gotta be the provider. What you mean? We equal. This whole feminist movement got us thinking that we're equal. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that we're not necessarily equal, but we're different. And that's where people miss the point at. We're different. We are not the same. We are not built to do the same things. Men are not built to have fucking babies. That's why they can't have babies. Women are built to motherfucking build motherfucking houses and shit. That's why our anatomy isn't as strong. We don't have as many muscles as men do naturally. Like, come on, son. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're different. We are equal, but we are different, and we have two different purposes on this planet. And that's what people tend to miss. That's what this new generation of children and parents are missing with their children. They're thinking they can raise their children the same when they're really not. They're just reversing the roles of their children, which is just, it's sad. And that's why you have so many more like, I think like black women is like top and like graduating or some shit like that, and it's more black like three, I don't know, I think it was like 13 new senators or some shit like that, and some state, like black senators, black women senators. They're pushing this whole black woman narrative with this feminist movement. You know what I mean? Because they want to push the strength of black women and the weakness of black men. They're trying to take the masculinity away. They're feminizing black men. They're emasculating black women and feminizing. Is that the right word? Emasculating black women and feminizing black men. So of course, you know what I'm saying, we've made a video about this as well, feminizing black men. We made a whole video about this, how they got this shit all throughout. You better stay this time. Anyways, of course, all throughout black media, not black media, not just black media, should I say, but all throughout media, this new frilly face is black men. You know, it's gay black men, I'm sorry. Gay black men, they pair gay black men with thirsty black women, or or black women who don't have a man in general, you know what I'm saying, who just never seem to have a man in general. They praise black men for doing anything feminine, like the Oscar shit. The Oscars just passed. Everybody's in this uproar about this black man who wore a dress on the red carpet. I'm like, what? We applauding a black man for wearing that's a good look for us? Like, seriously? Like, it was black women too that was really praising this nigga. You know what I'm saying? Black women in white media that was really praising this man. I'm like, what? in the world. Like, seriously, like they really was praising him for this. For like he was like, you know what I'm saying? Like this whole, he was one of the top things talked about during the Oscars was him wearing his dress. And mind you, white men have never worn dresses to the damn Academy Awards, to the damn Oscars. Never. I looked it up just to see. I was like, look, if it's one white man, if it's one black dude wearing a dress, it got to be at least like 6 or 7 white dudes wearing a dress. Nothing. I could find zero, zilch, nada, nothing. A white boy wearing no damn dress on the red carpet. Nothing. And even when I looked up just on the red carpet, I didn't see no white boys wearing on any red carpet. I didn't see any. I didn't see nothing. So you know what I'm saying? So now you have this feminine image of the black man being pushed. Like it's being not even pushed, it's being glorified at that. One of the founders, or the founder, I'm sorry, of the Me Too movement, which I don't fuck with, not our movement. They only attack black men. They don't attack anybody else. They don't want to attack black men. They went after R. Kelly and Bill Cosby and like, no, they're not going after anybody else but black men. It's an anti-black male movement. It's not a pro. Same thing with the feminist movement. It's not a pro-woman's movement. It's an anti-black male movement. But yeah, and this is how I know that the founder of the damn Me Too movement said, "Oh, why is it my job to go after white men? Why is it my job?" What? What do you mean? Why is it your job to expose black men? What do you mean? Why is it your job to expose? Like, what type of sense does that even make? What type of sense does that even make? Like, no, y'all please don't fall for this Me Too or this feminine. Black women do not fall for this Me Too or this feminist movement. Even, matter of fact, Terry Crews, good example, great example. Big black dude, very strong in strength, you know what I'm saying? Very strong looking black man, you know what I'm saying? Not even strong looking, he's just a strong ass black man, you know what I'm saying? Should I say? And this dude got touched by some damn white director or white casting director or something like that and didn't do nothing about it. Instead, he goes on national television telling everybody, yeah, Me Too, I'm joining the hashtag Me Too movement, him too, or something like that. I'm like, what? Are you serious? First of all, as a black man, which is another subliminal message that they're pushing as well, as a black man, why wouldn't you? I'm not gonna even say even as a black man, as a man, period. How do you let any man sit there and violate your masculinity like that and you do nothing about it? You do nothing in that moment. Like, what? Even as a woman, if a nigga touch me like that, even if a girl touch me like that, I'm gonna slap the shit out you. We gonna be fighting. Something is gonna happen. Cause ain't no way in the hell you gonna touch me like that. And my brothers, my cousins, I can think of a lot more men who would say the same, and women who would say the same. Ain't nobody gonna violate me like that. Ain't nobody gonna violate me like that, and I'm just gonna walk away from the situation. What? And he's like, oh yeah, it wouldn't look bad, cause I'm a whatever pound black dude, and he's, you know what I'm saying? It would just look like the black guy attacking the white guy. Fuck it! So what? So what if it would've looked like that? Who cares? What you mean? So? What, you scared? You scared? Like, come on, son. Like, no. You should've. What you gonna do? You gonna go back and threaten D.L. Hewley for calling your ass out on it? Oh, well, maybe I should slap the shit out of you. No, nigga, don't be sending threats now. You should've been sending threats the day that nigga touched your ass. Fuck out of here. Like, no, see that weak ass shit? It's weak. And even that situation right there alone, pinning black men against black men. Another attack on black unity. Because now you got, instead of him coming at the white man like, oh, I should have slapped the shit out of you, or I did, I put this nigga in the hospital, something like that. You talking to another black man who is really telling you the right thing. Like, bruh, nigga, God didn't give you all the muscles to not do shit. Like, you're tripping. You know what I'm saying? And you gonna come at him talking about some, yeah, I should have slapped the shit. Like, what? On top of all the rest of this shit, you got people pushing this interracial bullshit, which is also an attack on the black family. Because now you're getting into a whole other spew of things. Going back to the Willie Lynch letter, he even says in the fucking letter, you're gonna have to put some of your white blood into these black women. You're gonna have to do that so you can get a lot of shade and then mix those breeds together and get a lot of shade and get a lot of shade until you want the shade that you prefer. That you want the shade that you prefer, and of course you get into that creates the light skin versus dark skin shit. And I'm gonna get into that in a second. But what I was about to say was this whole interracial thing. Now they have this whole thing. They have this whole movement where it's like, love is love. You love who you want to love. Da 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 da. And you have even black women black women coming out and telling you that you should date outside the race, that you should date white men. I just seen a thing on an article on a professor, northwestern professor, black woman, key point, who made a book about why black women need to date outside their race. And it's got hella great reviews apparently from black women. Like, seriously, she's telling black women you need to date outside the race. There's not enough black men. That she's saying because there's not enough black men, you need to date outside your race. And no, I'm not fucking with that. No, I'm not fucking with that. How about we get the black men that we have out of the disproportionate situation that they're in, and then, like, no, I'm not dating outside my race. I would never date outside my race. I'm just not going to do it. I'm dating a black man. I'm going to marry a black man. I'm going to have black children. That's just what the fuck it's going to be. That's just what it's going to be. And that's how I think all black women should think. But in today's society, through all these systematic streams of oppression, you know what I'm saying, here we are. Yeah, so you have black women saying that you need to date black men. I mean, that you should, because there's not enough black men, you should date you should date black men. Because there's not enough black men, you should date outside of your race. Then they got a whole other thing with, they had this black woman, I forgot, and I think she was I think we talked about her in our feminist video, I forgot what her name was. This black woman who was talking about, who's married to a white stud at that. She's married to a white stud, telling people to marry white, telling black women to marry white men because they're a power couple. A black woman and a white man makes a power couple. Like, Lord, oh my gosh. I know that if you have a black family, if you have a black son, if you have a black woman, you have anyone black, period, whatever they create, whoever they make, whoever that mate is, it really doesn't matter because we have the dominant gene, so their children is automatically going to be black. So even regardless of a black woman dating a white man, you know what I'm saying, having a child with a white man, their child is still going to be black, like, regardless. You know what I'm saying, regardless of the percentage of white, you know what I'm saying, they want to say, like, these biracial, there's no such thing as biracial, there's such thing as half-breed. Nigga, you black. That's just what it is. So, yeah. You know what I'm saying, they're going to be black regardless, but it's more so the psychological state of the child that matters. It's not even necessarily them having a child with a white man, it's the psychological state of the child, because now they're not going to have, especially if it's a black man and a white man who's what's called, they're looking up to this white man who really can't even relate to them, because you could never tell him how to act around the police. You know what I'm saying? You could never tell him you can never relate to him to how it feels when they get around the police. You can never relate to him to how it feels when you're the only black boy over somewhere, when you're the only black male in your class, when you have no black teachers, like all of the black experiences you go through, he could never relate to. So now you're trying to raise this little black boy. The woman is trying to have this white man help her raise this little black boy. It's going to confuse him because he's going to get two different narratives. He's going to get the narrative of a black woman, and he's going to get the narrative of a white woman. He's not going to really know which narrative to choose, even though his narrative is really different from the both of them, but closest to the black woman's. You know what I mean? But the man that he's going to be looking up to show him how to get through the different experiences that he may have similar to a black woman, is he's not going to know how to do it because he's not going to have a black man there to show him how, or to relate to him when he goes through it, when he goes through these type of things. So it's really just a psychological, and plus, you know what I'm saying, I think we said in the video too, most mixed kids or most kids with growing up with a white parent or some shit like that, them niggas be kind of weird. Like, I don't know, like, it's always something off about whether they attention whores, whether they got like split personalities, they act black, they try to act real black around black people and real white around white people. Like, it's always some shit going on with mixed breeds. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna say mixed breeds, but with people that have a white parent and a black parent, there's always some shit going on with them. Even with the McCullough twins, we talked about that in the video. Even with the McCullough twins, their father got exposed for saying some racist ass tweets. You know what I mean? So, like, no, I couldn't, dating white people, I think it's just disrespectful to our ancestors, and two, I can't trust them niggas. I can't trust white people. Like, Lord, no, let me not say I can't trust them, but nigga, it's hard as hell to trust them motherfuckers. Like, I haven't found one, not even one. During the 22 years I lived on this earth, probably take away like 10 because I was younger, or like 15. So maybe like 7 years. throughout the entire time, the conscious years, or not even, yeah, like 15, whatever. I don't know, throughout the time I've had in this year, on this damn earth, of me trying to trust white people, I have not found one I can trust. Not one. Not one. I'm sorry. I have not found one that I've even slightly been able to fucking trust. I can't. Like, I mean, I can't. Let me stop saying I can't. But I have still yet to find one. Like, literally, these niggas is so sneaky. They will literally smile in your face. Oh, I'm not racist. I don't have a racist bone in my body. Oh my gosh, I can never. And then go back right behind your back and call you a nigga. Or say, oh my gosh, did you see what she had on? Did you see her hair? What are those locks? What is it? Or go snitch to the boss or go do some conniving shit like go get your job or not hire you because of your name or some shit like that. Like, it goes so deep. Their wickedness goes so deep in their psychology. Like, it's just fucking ridiculous. It really is. Like, I don't see how anybody can really sit there and get close enough to a white person to even see if you can trust them. Like, I can't. I mean, let me not stop. I'm trying not to say I can't, but literally I have not been able to. Like, I'm sorry, with knowing all of this shit that happened to our ancestors, there's no way I can sit there and really even want to even give you a damn try. I'm sorry. Like, I'm too focused on connecting black people for me to be trying to worry about me trying to intertwine with white people. Fuck that. That ain't really my goddamn concern. To be honest with you, I'm worried about black people. That's it. Like, Lord, I don't even know how the fuck y'all doing it out here in these streets dating these white men. Y'all tripping. On top of that, even black men dating outside the race. I don't think Cannon got into trouble because not black men dating outside the race. So what was all about that? Black men dating outside the race. But Nick Cannon got in some trouble for saying something like, he was talking to Brother RZA. Hold on, I'm a little thirsty. He was talking to Brother RZA about interracial dating or whatever, and he was saying that black men think of white women as like this sense of status, like this sense of higher status when they get with them, when they go with like white women, which is why it's usually wait until they become millionaires, when they get signed to, you know what I'm saying, whatever, they're on the NBA, whatever the case may be, they're of a higher stature to get a white woman, you know what I mean? And a lot of people was coming at his neck like, oh no, that's not true, but nigga, it is kind of true. Like, look at all these NBA players, look at all these rappers who go out and who ain't never really dated a white woman before, but as soon as they get some money, as soon as they get a check, they go out and find a white woman, or the closest thing they can get to a white woman, an ambiguous looking woman, a real light-skinned chick with 3/8 hair type shit that you can barely even tell if she's black or not. You gotta sit there and you gotta go get that damn genetics test and see if she's black or not. You know what I mean? So they get a white woman or the closest thing they can get to a white woman. And even, I mean, I don't really say how people can be in such I worry about that anyway, because, I mean, listen to our music. Half of our damn music is, oh, I want a red bone, oh, I got a white girl, that's da-da-da-da, oh, I got this, da-da. Like, half of these rappers, majority of these rappers is talking about how they love white women, or how they love women who look like white women, how they just admire white features, or they just admire, you know what I'm saying? That's that engraved colorism, which is another point going back to the Willie Lynch letter again. Bringing it back there again. How he said he was the main gist of destroying the black family was pinning everybody against each other. So light against dark, old against young, coarse hair against finer hair. Like, all of that is very blatant inside today's society. We got team light skin, team dark skin. Like, seriously, team light skin, team dark. Like, this is a whole fucking hashtag. This is a whole thing that people talk about. You know what I mean? They attach dark skin with ugliness, with masculinity for women, with masculinity. I mean, not even for women and men. They attach dark skin with ugliness, with masculinity, with criminalization, with all of that, with unattractiveness. And then and then on the opposite hand of that, anything that's light, that's closest to white will be attractive, will be nice, will be non-threatening, will be feminine, anything like that. So that's why you have this narrative of this whole Drake-ass nigga movement. You know what I mean? Like, all the light-skinned dudes are seen as feminine, are seen as cute, are seen as non-threatening and shit like that, because they're lighter tone. And the same thing as women. They're seen as pretty. They have the long 3B hair. They have the good hair. You know what I mean? They're seen as they're worshipped in a lot of media outlets, inside rap music. You know what I mean? Which is the #1 type of music that black people pretty much listen to. You know what I'm saying? That young black kids listen to. So all of these things are getting both of those narratives are being pushed, that You know what I'm saying? That, and then on the other side, my bad, I'm fucking up my words. But on the other side of that, black men, dark skinned men are being pushed as actually dark skinned men are pushed as attractive as well. It's really just dark skinned women. Dark skinned women are pushed as unattractive. Some dark skinned men too, though. I can say that for both. Dark skinned men too. It's that narrative as well. As masculine, dark-skinned men and women are automatically seen as more masculine, are automatically seen as more criminal than light-skinned women. And we talked about this in the light-skinned privilege video. I've seen that shit firsthand, literally firsthand. Black women, darker toned women or darker toned man being criminalized for, you know what I'm saying, just because the color of their skin, like literally, you know what I mean? So it's really deep. This shit goes really deep, the way they pit everybody, even with the young versus old thing. It's a lot of new niggas in this generation who don't give a damn about OGs. Like, they don't give a damn about older rappers, who don't give a damn about older sayings or the elder generation. They don't give a damn about that. Even though you're supposed to learn from your elder generation, you're supposed to learn from people older than you, the people that have experienced this. That's why I'll even listen to people. Anybody black, I'm going to listen to anybody black and older especially who has been through slavery or been through some type of Jim Crow or integration, anything like that. I'm going to listen to what you got to say, even if I don't agree with you. I'm going to listen to you because you've been through it. These young niggas nowadays, they don't give a damn. They be like, man, fuck that old shit, man. We on a new wave. It's the new generation. I ain't got to hear about none of that. You got Yachty coming out talking about something. Biggie was underrated. You got motherfucking niggas, somebody came out and said, Kodak came out and said he think he better than Tupac and Biggie. First of all, Kodak, no, the fuck you're not. But anyway, you're not even comparable to these niggas. But you know what I'm saying? You have all these younger people who's just not listening to none of the older generation. That's why we don't even have any black leaders for real. We don't have no Malcolm X's, no. I swear to God, damn, this video long as shit. Anyways. Yeah, we don't have any black leaders, though, that young kids are really looking up to, that this new generation is really up to. There's no Dr. Kings, no Malcolm X's of this generation, no Jesse Jacksons of this generation. Nobody's listening to them. Even Jesse Jackson, who's still on the NAACP, anybody listen to the NAACP? Who? I can't even think of the last time I even heard a young person even mention the NAACP. No one is listening to them. None of these black leaders that they say we have is listening to them. And the ones that they do try to give us is really just illusions. Going back to the Willie Lynch letter, how he said that they was going to have to remove all of our beliefs and replace them with illusions and create this controlled language that they had. So when you have people that come out that's like the Kamala Harrises, the Obamas, you know what I'm saying? These people who are just really just symbols and nothing more, you know what I'm saying, for black people, of symbols of hope, symbols of progression for black people when they're not really doing anything for black people. Of course, Kamala Harris, if y'all ain't noticed, go look up some exposed videos of her, because this bitch, don't vote for her ass. I ain't fucking with her. Y'all should not be fucking with her either. She don't believe in black reparations. She don't have no black agenda. She has basically nothing planned for black people except for this trickle down effect shit that she's trying to do. Like, oh yeah, I'm gonna put it in the black schools. I'm gonna put money in a prison reform, and you know, it's gonna affect black people because you know, black people is affected by these things, so it's automatically gonna affect. Like, no. That's exactly what Obama did. He talked about prison reform. He talked about he's gonna do this and he's gonna do that and da-da-da. And the only thing Obama did for 8 years was fucking do some shit for immigrants and do some shit for fucking gay people. That's pretty much it. He didn't do shit for us. You know what I'm saying? Actually, more people died under the Obama administration legally died by race soldiers or some shit like that than under Trump. More niggas have died under Obama. Like, literally. You know what I'm saying? Like, that shit is just wild to me. You know what I'm saying? And people still to this day like, Trump ain't my president. Obama my president. Obama. I'm like, what? Y'all want Obama to be president again? No. Hell no. He was detrimental to the black community because he was a big ass distraction. That's all he was. He was a big ass distraction. He was an illusion. That's what he was. That's exactly what the fuck he was. And this control language that they have, like he said, like in the Willie Lynch letter, he said, yeah, if the slave know that when you tell him to go get our crops, and he knows that it's not our crops, he's not going to do it. You're going to have I'm sorry, what was the exact terminology? He said you'll have a slave system that will be broken down if he understands that language. But if you teach him that our crops means our crops, even though, nigga, I'm the only one that's really benefiting from these goddamn crops, and you just going to go pick them. If you trick him into thinking that, he'll be more submissive. He'll go, yes, master, I'll go get our crops. We sick. We da-da-da-da. We doing this. We da-da-da-da. This ours da-da-da-da. Even though he's being the one, he's getting the short end of the stick, literally, and not even a stick. I can't even say short end of the stick. He's not even getting nothing or benefiting nothing from what he's doing, from majority of what he's laboring from. He doesn't understand that though. A slave doesn't understand that, and that's exactly how we think today. So when we get these pushing these illusions, these symbols like Obama and they throw these trick words at us like, yeah, I'm gonna do prison reform. I'm gonna put money in the HBCUs, all this other shit. It's a control language that they're using to make us think that they're doing something to benefit us when they're not. What does that mean? Shit, it's a lot of people. It's a lot of black people go to HBCUs and get out of school and just got hella debt and can't even get a fucking job. So what are you doing for the black people who's not going to HBCUs? What are you doing for black people who not going to prison? Because when you say prison reform, that's subliminally saying that all black people are criminals. If you saying that that's going to affect the black community most, so all black people are criminals. Like, you know what I mean? So all of these words is a control language. Is fixed to make you think something that's really not. You have to pay attention to shit like this. This is deep, man. And this is why the Willie Lynch letter, for anybody who has not read it, you need to fucking read it. Especially, I encourage young black people. If you have not read this letter, read it. The shit is not long. Really, they got audio, on YouTube. Like, go listen to the shit on fucking YouTube, even if you're not gonna sit there and take the time to read it. But definitely get this shit in your mind, like somehow, some way, seriously, because this shit is crazy. And if this shit really was written in 1712, Lord, can you just imagine? Can you just imagine? Like, come on, even if it wasn't written in 1712, like I said, if the joint was real, it still happened. These things still happen. They still instill these same principles in slavery, and still are doing it to this day. Like, Lord, so when people, that's why it really just kills me when you got dumbass, ignorant people like Kanye who come out and say that slavery was a choice. Man, don't shut your stupid ass the fuck. Come on, are you serious? Man, get out of here. For you, slavery wouldn't even been a choice for you. That would have been your only option. You wouldn't even looked at death, because your punk ass, your cowardly ass, who up there married to a white woman, would have been the first motherfucker that in some damn change. Yes, master. Yes, master. Fuck out of here talking about slavery was a damn choice. That's not like a choice. 40 years, that's not like a choice. What are you talking about, you insensitive fucking... Damn, I just wanted to... Lord, I would have choked this nigga up after I heard that shit. Like, man, you tripping. I thought that then, but now I'm reading this letter. I'm like, God, this shit is so deep. Like, it's so deep, the systematic oppression, the wickedness that they have done, like, that they have instilled in us, that they have instilled in themselves, because although all of this has affected black people, it's affected white people as well. It's affected their mentality and the way they treat and act around black people. Like, it really goes on both sides. I'm not gonna get into the white side because, nigga, honestly, that ain't none of my goddamn concern. I'm worried about black people and how we gonna get ourselves together, to be honest. But yes, this shit is really deep. It's really deep. Oh my God, Lord, it's so deep, man. Y'all tell me what y'all think in the comments, though, man. Do y'all think that this Willie Lynch letter is real? Do you think that the context that's in the Willie Lynch letter is really happening today? Do you think that they really use those tactics and that it's happening today? And if so, why do you think so? If not, why do you think that? What are some other what are some other things in the Willie Lynch letter that I may have missed that are also happening today, that is also being used in society today? You know what I mean? Man, y'all just let me know what y'all think in the goddamn comments today. Comments below. God, make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, all that shit. Turn on notifications bell, share this video, give my shit a thumbs up, all that. Shout out to my daddy again for giving me this video idea, because it was a great video idea. I should have did it. And yeah, man, that's all I got for you. All right, y'all.
I'ma put a little pain in it. I do this one for my niggas locked down. I'ma put